Let's take a look at examples 4, 5, and 6 on your worksheet. So number 4, it says find the area of a sector of a circle with a central angle of 60 degrees if the radius of the circle is 3 meters. So just to visualize that, we're looking at a circle and here we have this angle 60 degrees and our radius is 3 meters. So we are trying to figure out what is the area of this piece of the circle right there. And so we already figured out that the area formula for sector is r squared times theta divided by 2, or you could think of this as 1/2 times r squared times theta. And we just need to remember that theta is in radians. So in this case, our angle was given to us in degrees. So we need to first convert that. So we know that 60 degrees is equal to pi over 3 radians. So we want to use pi over 3 in our formula. Our radius is 3, so we're going to do 3 squared times pi over 3 and then divided by 2. So we have 9 times pi over 3, and we know that that would reduce to be 3 pi and then over 2. So you could actually technically leave it like this and think about what your area units would be. We know that that's going to be units squared, so in this case it's going to be meters squared. This would be an exact answer, so if I asked you to give me an exact answer, you would leave this. But obviously this probably doesn't mean that much to us when we say 3 pi over 2 meters squared. That doesn't spark any knowledge of what that might actually look like. So it's probably best to type it in our calculator and get an approximate answer. And so you would get about 4.71 square meters. That means a little bit more to us. That's probably what I would be doing on a problem like this. So let's try example 5. Example 5 says a sector in a circle of radius 25 feet has an area of 125 square feet. Find the central angle of the sector. So if we know our formula is area equals r squared theta, or theta r squared divided by 2, we can go ahead and plug in what we know. So we know 125 equals, our radius is 25, so 25 squared times theta divided by 2. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply both sides by 2 to cancel that out in our denominator over here. So that means 125 times 2, we're going to get 250 equals, and I'm also going to go ahead and square 25. That's 625 theta. And we're solving for theta, so to do that, we would divide both sides by 625. And I would just reduce this. Theta, we're used to having theta given as a reduced fraction. So 250 over 625, you could type that in your calculator, that's going to be 2/5 radians. And obviously you could say that's 0.4, same thing. So example 6 is a little bit more complex. I hope that you've tried it already on your own before watching this video. But it says the top and bottom ends of a windshield wiper blade are 34 inches and 14 inches from the pivot point, respectively. While in operation, the wiper sweeps through 135 degrees. We want to find the area that is swept by the blade. So that's basically this cleaned off area here. So we're actually going to have to deal with two different sectors. So if I kind of split this up and draw two different sectors here, we have one which is basically going all the way from the pivot point all the way out, that has a radius of 34 inches. And like they said, that angle is 135 degrees. But we know 135 degrees, we want to work with that in radians instead. So we know 135 degrees is 3 pi over 4 radians. So we're going to be working with radians. So this is 3 pi over 4. So first we're going to find that area, but then we need to find the area of this smaller sector down here and take that away. So we're also looking at this smaller sector, still covering that same angle, 3 pi over 4, but we need to figure out, okay, so this is 14 inches. We need to figure out that area so that we can then take it away from the larger one. So we will call this area 1. Let's go ahead and find area 1, the larger one. So the area of that first section, we're going to take our r squared theta and divide it by 2. So in this case, that's going to be 34 squared times 3 pi over 4, and then dividing all of that by 2, or again, thinking of that as multiplied by 1/2. And in this case, it's not going to necessarily be perfect. If you want to keep it exact, you can, but it's fine if you want to round it off. If I type all of that in my calculator, I get about 1,361.88 inches squared. So that's all of this, right? And now we need to take away that smaller area. So we'll call that A2. So that smaller sector, we would take r squared, which is 14, square it, times our theta, which is 3 pi over 4. And again, you can either do divided by 2 or times it by 1/2. And typing that in our calculator, we get about 230.91 square inches. So we just need to subtract the 2 in order to figure out we want just this area in here where I'm shading it in yellow. Okay, so if I do A1 minus A2 in our calculator, we should get about 1,130.97 square inches.